This week on the Toni Thorne Show, Point Blank discusses the bleaching subculture, Pomposat features Walk Up Workout and Pomp Weekend, Tell It to Toni returns, and an all-new topical tea time. I had the privilege and pleasure of sitting down with Zonal Padmore, who was happy to discuss the bleaching subculture. Thanks for joining me, Zonal. I really appreciate it.
And thank you for having me here.
Thanks for having the courage as well to come and discuss it.
No problem.
How did you start bleaching your skin?
I started off using like Nadanola just on my face. It started from my face, and then like everyone was telling me about the results, like how beautiful I look, how clean my face was, and then I just took it from my face straight down to the rest of my body.
Do a lot of people in Barbados do it?
Of course, especially women. I have a lot of friends that do it too.
How many people? Like, would you say 100 people do it, 50 people do it, a lot of people? Like, what's it like? Because it's an underground culture. You don't get, like, the average Barbadian might not know that people do it. So I want to be able to find out, is it like 100 people that do it, 1,000 people that do it?
Wow, I would say like sometimes when I go about looking for the products I use, I can't even find it. So it has to be a lot of people, like more than 50% of Barbados do it. I'm telling you, sometimes I have to go from hair store to hair store looking for, and sometimes they don't even have the product I use on my skin.
Are you aware of the health risks of doing it?
Yes, I'm quite aware. Like, people say it's cancer, like you get cancer from it, but a lot of people smoke and you get cancer from smoking as well. Foods you eat give you cancer. So
do you think that persons that are darker, persons that are lighter skin look better than persons that are darker skin, or you just think that you look better lighter than darker?
I feel I look better lighter.
You think that general people look better lighter than darker, or it depends on the person?
It depends on the person
and their choices.
Right. A girl told me she used yeast infection creams and then wrap her skin.
Wrap her skin in what?
The wrap.
Plastic you mean like wrap? Plastic wrap that you cut with?
Right. Wrap her skin with plastic wrap. And I was like, what do you have?
So she would put yeast infection cream on her skin and then wrap up.
Right.
And sleep in the wrap.
I don't know if she was sleeping it, but the idea was like, what the hell? I just like, when I go to bed, I scrub my skin, then I apply the cream, and then
you will not say what you apply.
Right, and then I go in front of the fan so it could drain. That's all I do.
Tell me the response from people that like the fact that you bleach, and also after that, tell me the response from people that don't like that you bleach.
Some people will say, oh my God, you're so pretty, you look so more. Then others, what you do with your skin? Like, I know you as a black person, what you doing with your skin?
But don't you still see yourself as a black person?
Yes, I'm still black.
Yeah. Before the interview, we were talking about the response, the harassment that you get as a result of your personal choice at 24 years old to bleach your skin. Tell me about some of those harassments and experiences that you've had.
Well, there was a guy who saw me in town and he was like, "Babe, you're bleaching." And I was like, how does this affect you in any way? And he start cursing me. That's why you look bad. And I work hard for my own money, like, so I can spend it however I feel like.
Appreciate it, yeah.
Bajans need to mind their own business because everybody have a bad habit, whether it's bleaching, gambling, stealing. Only God can judge me. Like, I don't even listen. Sometimes I just block.
Is it bad though? Is it the harassment that you get? Is it really, really bad, or is just like a one-off thing?
It's not that bad. It's not that bad.
Have you ever, because of the harassment that you would get, have you ever said to yourself, I probably should have never done it?
No. I spent too much money to
How much money have you spent?
like it's like $40 a week for my products.
And how long were you doing it for?
This is like from the time I was 17, I'm 24 now.
So 7 years. That's a lot of money.
That's what.
Is it expensive? Is it an expensive habit?
Some people quit because of it, but some people just stick with it.
Do you think that you ever stop?
Probably when I get old and tired, but not now.
Zanelle, I want to thank you so much for coming and talking to me. I want to thank you for trusting the team to not put you in a position where, you know, we exploit your honesty. And I want to wish you all the best. And continue to be strong. It's your choice to do what you want to do. You're 24 years old. And continue to have the conviction to be strong enough that if people are not fine with your choices, that you continue to live life. And I wish you all the best and God bless.
Thank you, you too.
We'll be right back.
The Barbados Public Workers Cooperative Credit Union. This is where you belong. Over the years, we've cared for you to help you meet your needs. Trustworthy, dependable, so you can grow financially. The Barbados Public Workers Cooperative Credit Union. Excellent service, all values strong. Barbados Public Workers Cooperative Credit Union. This is where you belong.
Thank you so much for joining me, Dr. Rhea Carbin.
No problem.
Earlier I was talking to Zanelle Padmore about bleaching. And just to be really quick, is it unhealthy or is it healthy?
From a medical standpoint, it is unhealthy. Especially the longer that you're using the agents, it becomes even more unhealthy with time.
Is there a healthy way to do it at all?
I'd say no.
What is the medical process? Well, how does the skin undergo the bleaching?
lightening?
Yeah.
Well, the main ingredient in the agents is something called corticosteroids, but we may know them as steroids.
Okay.
And they actually reduce the number of cells that produce the pigment that allow us to be darker in color. So the less
Melanin?
of those, melanin,
Okay,
right.
okay.
So the less of those cells there are, the less pigment you have.
Okay.
So that is how it helps to reduce the color of this person's skin.
Now, I was looking at this lady from Africa. She was actually darker than I am, and now she is probably the complexion of a Jennifer Lopez.
Wow.
And she sells this product in Africa. You're really telling me that there isn't a skin lightening or bleaching cream that is actually healthy for you at all?
Not that I know of. Once it contains steroids, the side effects of steroids are known and proven. And even steroids that are prescribed by doctors for skin conditions such as eczema or psoriasis, those have to be carefully monitored. And there's a particular amount of time the person can use it and under certain conditions, and the doctor has to monitor them and make sure that the side effects are not becoming apparent with time.
Okay. Zanelle also told me about a friend, an acquaintance of hers, that puts yeast infection cream on her skin and then wraps herself with plastic wrap. What's that about? What would that do?
The increased warmth, which you would get with the plastic wrap, because it doesn't allow the skin to breathe, would hasten the process of the lightening.
Okay.
So that's why people do that, in order to hasten the process.
And what would the yeast infection cream do? It has in steroids?
Yes.
Okay.
So basically the main ingredient for the skin lightening would be the steroids. It has other things as well. And the problem with the over-the-counter skin lightening creams is that there's no regulation as to what other additives they may put in it, whether for color or texture, and the amount or the concentration.
What is the difference between vanishing cream and bleaching cream?
I don't think that there is a difference per se. I just think it is just nomenclature in terms of the name.
Okay.
So the vanishing cream may be the fancy name that companies may use for the actual regulated product, whereby bleaching cream may be what the average namer may use.
Okay, so what you're really telling me then is that if I have black spots on my face and I buy vanishing cream to put on these black spots to make them lighter, that in itself is bleaching my skin,
Essentially.
and that in itself is even is bad for me.
Well, yes and no. The reason why it's closer to no is because those products, if you purchase it, is something regulated. The amount of each ingredient is regulated by drug companies and by medical professionals.
But
and
see,
it will
I
give
don't-
you directions on how to use it and for how long.
If you had to put on a totem pole,
Okay.
bleaching or smoking?
That's a hard one. I think I'd say the problem is that it depends on the duration.
Okay,
But let's
okay.
say that for maximum duration for both, I would say both. I can't pick because
okay,
smoking
okay.
actually affects your entire body as well.
Okay,
It
okay.
affects your heart the same way, brain, kidneys, causes high blood pressure, increases your cancer risk. Your skin, you age more, and if your skin is aged, then you go back to your whole thin skin. So I would say that both are equally bad.
Unfortunately, there is a disease that some of us suffer with, which is not minding our own business. And Zanel had an incident where, you know, somebody said that she is unhealthy and she should not serve people or interact with people because she's bleaching. Is this medically true or untrue?
That would be untrue. The complications that I spoke of are not contagious. And should one decide to bleach, I think that's their prerogative. And it's not contagious, so it's not affecting the persons around them.
Does it make them unclean, more unclean than the average person, more unsuitable to interact with persons, to interact with food?
I wouldn't say so. Yes, they have a higher susceptibility to infection, but if anyone has an infection, whether they catch it easily or not, it would be a problem. So if she catches the cold, catches the flu, then she would know she should not be around food serving others.
So
In
normal
general,
person,
as with
yeah,
anybody
yeah,
else.
yeah.
So I don't think that it makes her... It's nothing contagious, so
Yeah.
I don't see any reason why she cannot interact with society like anyone else.
Okay. It's always a pleasure talking to you, and I
Same
hope
here.
that you return to the show in this capacity to discuss the medical effects of a lot of things that we'll be talking about in the future.
Sure, no problem.
All
Whenever
the
you're
best.
ready.
You
Thank
made
you.
for it, girl.
Thank you.
Wow. Evie, thank you so much for having me in your class.
Tony, I want to thank you for coming, and let me first say that, I mean, workout never looks so good as it does on you
Oh my gosh.
this evening.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
How was it? I mean,
I had a great time. I had a really, really good time. How long ago you started doing this?
well, workout really only was branded and officially named workout in 2012, but I've been doing this since about 2007. And since then, it's really grown in popularity, and the participants just love it. I mean, you know, it's for any age, any fitness level can participate. I mean, you said you haven't exercised in
a
quite
long
some time,
time.
and you were still able to come in there and get
And
through the
shell.
wall. Yeah, and shellings.
Full shellings.
Full shellings. It's true.
What do you think that, how have you been able to package it? Taking workup and making it into a workout?
Well, the thing is, right, Walking Up is the indigenous dance expression of us here in Barbados, really and truly,
Yeah.
right? And it's something that
everybody else is just white. We do workup.
yeah. And the thing is that, you know, it's something that is fun to do, it's easy to do, and all it needs is the structure to make it safe, and effective so that persons can participate, burn calories, and have fun without even realizing it.
In one class, how many calories could you burn?
I mean, you're talking about as much as 1,200 calories. Yeah, I mean, I mean, just think about it. I mean, you were only in there for the warm up.
Yeah, and I Benna.
I mean, really and truly, that was, you know, we were just getting started.
Yeah, when you told me we had any warm, I was like, but if I back up though, like I am totally bent up.
Yeah, yeah. And the thing is, but again, you know, you work to your fitness level, and it's about having fun. I mean, I tell all the participants this all the time. You know, if all else fails, pull something or someone and walk up.
Do you have? Is there a beginners class, or your thinking is everybody in Barbados should be able to walk up? So.
Not true at all. I actually have put together something called Walk Up Workout 101, the fundamentals of walking up, where you can learn how to jump, how you can learn how to actually walk up, how you can learn how to go down, you can learn how to brace and wind. There's also, you can learn how to learn certain defensive walking up techniques. You know, when you're in effect, you know, guys tend to get aggressive and a little forward with themselves, so you need to know how to really position yourself so that if you want to have a good time, but you don't want to end up on the ground, how to defend yourself. And these are things that I teach in the fundamentals of basic workout 101. That's actually going to start on April 9th.
Great.
Yeah.
I think the same way how Zumba was a dance form and was able to be created to evolve into an exercise, and it's a phenomenon. I think that's the same thing that you could possibly do a workout. Absolutely,
and I totally agree with you. It is something that people can learn. There are, as I said, fundamentals to it. It's not true that every Bajan can walk up.
Unfortunately.
No, I mean, we can. I mean, yes, it is our indigenous dance expression, but not everyone can do it, right? It is something that can be learned in the same way that people learn how to dance to salsa, jazz, merengue, bachata, any of those things you can learn to walk up and have fun and burn calories.
How much does a class run somebody? If somebody wanted to come and do workout,
if somebody just wanted to walk in off the street and they were not a member of Surfside Wellness Center, it would be $40 for a class.
And how long is the class? How long
the class? I tell people the class is going to last at least an hour.
How often is workout?
Right now, before the crop over season, we run once a week, Thursdays at 7:30 p.m. here at Surfside Wellness Center.
Do you get devout Christians coming to workout?
Absolutely. I mean, we've done stuff for the St. Thomas Parish Church on several occasions. We've done so. It's people make no mistake. I mean, and I really appreciate them. Not only that question, but you know, them inviting us out on more than one occasion to bring workout because it's exercise. You know, it's nothing lewd and lascivious about it. It is exercise. I mean, the body is the temple of the Lord.
Yeah.
I mean, how else are we going to do the Lord's work unless we're fit? And what better way to get fit than by walking up? I mean, seriously. You see people angry and walking up. You don't see people vexed and walking up. People walking up are happy and they got a smile on their face and they're enjoying themselves. You don't see people vexed walking up. It's a happy people thing.
I'm just real calm right now because it's always a pleasure talking to you. I like to speak to people that you can see their passion being exuded.
And I appreciate you giving me the opportunity to express myself.
It takes nothing off of me.
I really appreciate that.
Thank you so much, darling. Thank you so much.
Give me a hug. Oh my word.
God bless you.
You're the bomb. Thank you so much. Yes, people, Evie, the Walk Up Man, the Walk Up Workout boss here, and you're watching the Toni Thorne Show.
Where do you see this in the next 5 years?
For me, my business is something that I love. I love to do. I like making stuff with my hands. It's enjoyable to me. It's not something that I do to make money. I do my business because I love to do it and I want to make my customers happy. And I want to know that when somebody wants something and they can't order it online or they can't get it, that I know that I can make it. And I'm not a person who likes to conform to normalcies. Like, I would see something and because it's different from what everybody else makes from all the other copper jewelry and all the other things, I want to be able to say I can make it or I can make a variation of it. Right.
Okay, so you are a boutique, but you're an online boutique.
Yeah.
You're on Instagram, you're on Facebook. what is the medium you think you get most mileage from?
Well, when I first started Facebook, because that was popular, but now it's mostly Instagram or WhatsApp broadcasts, or word of mouth.
What about Snapchat? You use Snapchat for your business?
No, not as yet. It's something I have to look into, but I haven't gotten around to it as yet.
Okay. Thank you. Take a look at her collection. It was white. It was very, very precious. And we'll also show you this outfit in its full entirety. Is giving you the chance to win 4 Paste Zone access to Soapatology on March 28th, 2015. Simply email your receipt with purchase of any Breyers ice cream before March 25th, 2015 to Christmas@BrydenStokes.com.
All right, saying that I am not into you, I can use my example, right? If you keep calling my phone, you realize I can pick up the phone. Obviously, say, hi, good night, what's going on? I had this incident 2 weeks ago. What's going on? I just say, what can I hear you? Because we stopped speak since last year, October. Put on the phone. My phone rang like 15 times. But I tell you, if my phone rang 15 times and I answer after the first time, what I say do that I don't really want to hear you, right? Good. Signs that I don't want to hear you.
Motion CPR Treatment Conditioner. Ideal for breakage-prone hair, this deep moisturizing treatment instantly strengthens and repairs the hair shaft. Motion CPR Treatment Conditioner will help to restore hair's health and vibrancy with one application. Deeply nourishes the hair with a blend of natural African herbs. For more fabulous product information, visit www.motionshair.com or Bryden Stokes.
People all over are savoring the aromatic goodness of the country's favorite tea. Lipton is your brighter day in every cup. Enjoy the rich, uplifting taste and aroma. Perfect anytime, any place. Lipton Yellow Label. Get the feeling anytime, anywhere. And try our new green tea with superfruit.
Welcome to the Lipton sponsored Tea Time segment, and I'm joined by 4 wonderful personalities. On my left, we have Charlene Brown. She is a talent manager, and she's also a radio and television personality. Thank you so much for joining.
Thanks for having me.
Us. Then we have Miss Diona Brown, who is an educator, and she's also a law student and a youth advocate as well. To my right, I have entertainment manager and entertainment entrepreneur, as well as attorney at law, Mr. Leslie Roberts. To my far right, I have Mr. Simon Pipe. He's an entertainment personality, musician, producer, and artist. And he's also the happy husband of Miss Carly Pipe, who joined us last week. The stigma affiliated with it and the whole not wanting to use the word be kind of dissolved. Your thoughts on it? Charlene, I'll let you start first and go around.
That was an interesting one. I think that it is a very touchy subject for a lot of people, especially now when there's so much debate and discussion around the black youth that are being shot by white policemen and that type of thing. I think it's an interesting time to even venture into thinking about that. At the same time, a lot of people would say that it is much ado about nothing, really.
Oh, for real?
that it is just a word, and it depends on how you use the word, and some people really just want to get on with their lives and get past it.
Well, all right, then.
I don't think that we, meaning Barbados, is ready for that word. Maybe to be used in circles, in private circles, but it's not ready to be out there. I don't think Barbadians, given the situation that's going on internationally, and not only tensions that can arise within our country, I don't think we're ready for the use of the N-word.
I feel like using the N-word in certain company, and you don't look like somebody who should be using the N-word, that you might get punched in the face.
This pineapple camel tea is really nice.
I record a few hip-hop artists, so they use the word, and every now and then I would joke with them, you make this music so inaccessible to me because I can't sing along to your songs. But that's about as far as it goes. Like I even if somebody was to grant me the plaque that said I could use it, I don't think that they would.
How you use a word really is the meat of the matter here, not in particular the word. I mean, there's so many words. I could say, Tony, you're black, so. And that's probably going to have to be bleeped out from here to next year. And black is not a derogatory word, but how I said it to you and what I meant when I was saying whatever it was I was saying, that's where the issue lies.
Next issue would be when you raised the fees. Bajans created a bit of a havoc, and I wanted to get your opinions. I heard so many different views. Some persons thought it was ridiculous to raise the fees. Others thought that Bajans needed to get a grip and understand that there are people paying for university education all over. There are persons that had to leave school because of it for a period of time. Just want to get your thoughts on it, really. Charlene, we'll start with you.
We are not in the same dire state of poverty that we once were. And I think that it is unreasonable and is not a sustainable venture to continue to have free tertiary level education. I don't think it's something that we can maintain and that we can sustain. I am in support of the fees at UE.
You got children?
I don't think everybody should or needs or is entitled, to a university education.
Oh no, he didn't.
I think the first thing they should have done to control the strain on resources was increase the entry requirements. Make it so that you're getting the highest quality of academic student for the university.
Sometimes government filled with politicians, you have to, at the end of the day, please the people that put you there.
No, you don't. All right, I mean, yeah, you do, but
very difficult. Yeah, I think it's pretty difficult to be in government and be farsighted because you're trying to make a mark in the 4 years that you have, and you're trying to get out good, leave a legacy that people will remember you well for. So sometimes short-term decisions might seem like a better thing, even though they're not.
That's the
best in the long
difficulty
run.
with being a politician, though.
For sure.
Because
you don't want to be the one that did the thing that benefits 16 years down the line. Nobody remembers you.
Yeah. You can catch me.
Kick me. Come.
Come on, lift me to get the next one in, please. Come into our world.